I will welcome in, guys. Friday, August 22nd, 2025. I'm your host, Gerardo G. Money Pies, and this is the weekly review here with our legacy members, the private group that I have. And remember, guys, I am having that promo where if you want to join the inner circle, our legacy circle, um, I actually lowered the price $100. I have an announcement. I know one of you guys was interested as well. So it's 297 right now, but 197 will get you lifetime access to the S&T indicator. We'll give you lifetime access to the private group that I have. We do one Wednesday night session. Excuse me, we do one Wednesday live trading session every Wednesday. We do a Friday night recap, and then we do a Sunday night study group. Okay, so if you guys want to be a part of that, hit me up and I'll give the details. I am part of the Yes or Yes Academy, right, where I do live trading there. But I want to kind of keep my own private group growing. We will be offering the same offer in the future inside of the Yes or Yes Academy, where any member that's inside, they can pay that fee and then be part of my class, right? I would say live trading is more general things, just kind of live trading stuff. But if you really kind of want to be under my mentorship directly, ask questions directly, that offer that I'm promoting now will get you that, forever, so you can be part of the club. Everybody who was already in there, guys, you guys are in. You guys are in. Um, I did get some follow. Hey, G, I want to get your indicator for life. Like, guys, you guys already have it. So, but yeah, let's review what happened today and give you guys some speculation. Right now, it's a little dangerous to get in. I'll review why in a second, but for the most part, guys, the fib, I think I've mastered the fib. I really do. I think I mastered the fib to a certain extent where we're putting roadblocks and directions on the charts. Okay, on the charts. And the easiest way to really um understand the fib, it's I think this view right here. Oh no, no. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Some of you guys from back in, you guys may, have seen me use this system before. Okay. Um, the market is fractal. What does that mean? Technical analysis, everything you see are price patterns that repeat themselves over and over and over again. Okay. So if the market is fractal, your markup, the way you get in, should also be fractal. Should be the same thing over and over and over and over again. Correct? So, and then that goes inversely as well. So the word fractal is tied a lot with the word Fibonacci. And the Fibonacci, the fib retracement, is all connected to that. So in trading, it's basically two things, guys. Okay. It's an impulse or a strong move, and it's a retracement. Correct? That's all trading is. It's an impulse retracement. If you see a bullish impulse to the top side, let it max out, let it retrace, and then continue in that direction. Correct? That's all the price is doing in different scales. All right, so then how can we fine tune where to enter that? Okay, this is a general movement. All right, so then I can see that. How do I enter? Well, this is where you get your Fibonacci retracement tool. You find the lowest point and you stretch it out to the highest point, like so, right? Anywhere here in blue, those are our entry zones. Okay. And over here at the extension, those are our take profits. Okay. That is what I'm looking for in a few different scales. The previous weekly candle, the previous daily candle, the 5-minute SMT box, and then sometimes just individual candlesticks by themselves. Okay, so I am looking for this impulse in those four things: previous weekly candle, previous daily candle, the 5-minute SMT, sometimes a 1 hour, okay, and then a individual candlestick that I want to enter during the New York session. All right, that's what I'm looking for every time, every time. So this 23% line has been money, meaning that that's kind of been like the support and resistance that communicates to us, right, the movement. All right, so that's kind of the first part. The second part is patterns. Okay, price has either completed a pattern or trying to complete a pattern. Okay, so if we have this impulse and we have this correction, right, and price does start reacting from here and kind of and goes up there, but cannot really trend above here, what is the chart communicating to us? That potentially this could be an impulse now, correct? And if that's an impulse, all we have to do is reverse the fib from high to low, and the same story repeats itself. We are already in the entry zone, and we take the take profit to the extension. Correct. So that's exactly what I'm looking for every single time, guys. Every single time. I've been on the go these last 2-3 days since Wednesday afternoon. It's been busy. And I managed to catch that still, and I managed to just put a pebble on the buy. I didn't trade it with with a big lot size, but I did think it was going to go up. Oops. And I just put a little pebble in there just to test the waters out. And obviously I made money, but nothing to make the percentage per day. But at the same time, it's there. All right, so let's put it back into application. Let's put it back into application. Okay, guys, let's put it back to application. That's where the most important thing. All right, I'm gonna rewind it back to there. Okay, so the big box, the higher time frame candles. Okay, I have two indicators called higher time frame candles, and I won't show in this video, how everything is set up, but this box right here is the previous week. Inside of there, okay, so this big box here, previous weekly candle. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Everybody got that? So this week, there's no box because the indicator is coded that way until the week closes. It'll come up. But this is Monday, this is Tuesday, and this is Wednesday. This price action that has no box is Thursday. And obviously Friday comes next. Okay. So what catches my attention is the previous weekly high and low of that box. Let me mark that up here. Actually, let me do this so you guys can see how everything is connected. I'm actually going to go to the previous weekly candle, which is this one. I will mark up the high. I will mark up the low. And my job, guys, okay, my job is just to speculate with the fib how far can the current week will go to, right? And there it is, guys. So previous weekly high, previous weekly low. Now let me go to the 4-hour chart. Okay. And there goes that big box, the high and the low, right there, perfectly there. Okay. On the 2 hour chart, my days appear, and there they go. Okay. So see, the high and the low stayed the same. So now from here, right, I kind of look at the charts and kind of see, okay, there was more of a trend down to the downside. However, at the same time, right, because of that, I'll do a fib from high to low, like that. And let's kind of recap the movement of what it did. So Monday, it went down a little bit, took the low, and did reverse back up to approximately, I would say, 38% of the previous week. This fib right here represents that. And then from there, it dropped out. Boom. All the way down. And then hit the extension, right? Hit the extension. Very good. The moment it hit the extension, it bounced back up. And it came back to between 23 and 38%. All righty. So I'm gonna pause there. Does anybody have any questions or comments about this? You can unmute yourselves if you have anything. Dan, feel free to chime in if you're able of what I just mentioned.
Yeah, no, it's we're right on schedule. In fact, it's almost exactly what we were looking at on Monday. That sling down, grab the liquidity down, hit the extensions on the weekly, and then now it's doing reversal, and it's almost at the 78%.
Right.
Um, yeah, so
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta check that out here in a second.
I know, right?
Okay,
When you even touched it.
I'll be right there. Oh man, that's what 33.80. Anybody else have questions about this? If not, we'll carry on.
So you don't do the 4 hour, you jump, you're doing the 2 hour, or you still do the 4 hour. This just for an example here.
When you say
When you're
4 hour
doing the
debt,
fib.
oh
Say
no,
doing
those
the
four.
fib.
Yeah, yeah. So check this out. Yeah, the fib, I do it on the 4 hour run right here. But the fib will carry over across time frames. So yeah, I went from the weekly, I marked up that high and the low, right? And then I go to the 4 hour chart to kind of look at the trend, and then I draw the fib, right? I'm only in the 2 hour chart right now because on this view of things, the indicator on the higher time frame candles of the daily turn on in the 2 hour time frame. I don't have them on over here. That's the only reason why I run there. But the fib is coming from the 4 hour. Okay, in this scenario. So in this example here, I am using the previous weekly candle and the previous daily candles to measure fibs. Okay. So Wednesday caught my attention. Wednesday was a big bullish run. Okay. So Wednesday has its high. Okay. Has its own high. We're going to name it here previous daily high. We'll color that in blue. And then this one, we'll call it previous daily low, like so. Okay. I'll go ahead and remove this line here just so it won't get in the way. But this fib represents, the big one on the left. As long as you have a high and a low, and as long as you see an impulse, you can use the fib. So now I'm gonna fib the daily movement of Wednesday, low to high. Okay. Previous day, and we'll color this one blue just so we can be on the same page. Okay. So let's see what happens, right? Remember the 23% levels, 38, 50, 61, 8, all those things. Okay. So if price cannot trend from the 23%, okay, it's probably going to go deeper. So let's see what happens on Thursday. Okay, it came into 38%. It dropped all the way down to 61%. and then climb back up above 23. Let's see what happened on the rest of the day. It couldn't find its legs, and boom, the day closed. Okay, the day closed. Let me go ahead and erase this line here. The day closed. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday closed. I cannot change this fib right here. Can anybody tell me why? Or Dan, you can answer it. Why do I have to leave this fib alone here?
Didn't hit the
We did
extensions.
not hit the extensions.
Extensions.
There you go, Ron. Good job. Go ahead and Ron, it didn't hit the extensions. Correct. It did not hit the extension. So that fib remains the same. Okay. All right. So
in essence, Thursday was a pullback from the previous day.
Thursday was all pullback exactly of the previous day. Excellent. Excellent. So check that out, guys. So, but Thursday, there is some volume on Thursday, right? Because we're still kind of using the volume from the weekly candlestick. So I won't draw any more lines, but you guys see the high and the low from Thursday. So simultaneously, what can we do? We can also fib that high to low. And then we'll color this box red. Okay. Friday is going to open already at the retracement levels. So if this thing sells, what's the lowest it could go? The extension of Thursday, correct? Let's see what happens. Let's see. Would you wait for today's close to fib the new impulse bullish candle? I always do. So yeah, Jerry. So for example, when it comes to candlestick by themselves, you always do want a candlestick close. Now today's candlestick is just bullish, and when we review Sunday, we'll basically use the new information from Sunday and go from there. Yeah, but today's Friday candlestick, we gotta let it ride. Gotta let it ride. Here, guys, you see. Now it is. So if this is selling, there's momentum to the downside. It'll max out at the extension if it continues going lower. So there it goes. Oops, let me rewind that. Perfect, right there. You see? So technically it made a lower low. It just missed the extension. But simultaneously, where were we? We were in between the 61.8 and 78% of this bullish day, right? So to me was like, okay, we take the low from yesterday, we get in between the 78%, right? Of Wednesday which was what the bullish run. I believe on the 4-hour time frame. Okay. There was the this little fair value gap on the 4-hour. And like, okay, there's gonna be a reaction from there. And there was. And as you guys see, it did that. Boom. To the top side. Okay. So now let's kind of check out the S&T system and see how it was. Okay. Again, we always have to take into consideration those bigger scales, because if we don't take into consideration the bigger scales and where we're at in price levels, it's gonna be, it's gonna be tricky. Okay. So when we go down to the 5-minute chart, let me turn on the SMT. Perfect. And we'll rewind it back to 8 o'clock on the dot, right there. Okay. So I think is Pablo here? I think Pablo's here. Yeah. So Pablo was saying that he saw a bullish harmonic pattern there, which there was one. Okay. And there it is. So remember, we made the lower low already on the extensions. So the S&T was definitely bearish to start. Okay. At 8 o'clock in the morning. Right there. Okay. And if it wanted to go lower, it'll be down here. Right. But I wasn't convinced that it would have worked today, simply because of the previous daily candle, that level at 78%, that 4 hour fair value gap, and I think we had this little 10-minute rally-based rally kind of just hanging in there that catches my attention. Like, all right, you know what? Let me just kind of wait a little bit to really confirm. Okay. And here we are here. So let's see what happened candle per candle. So the system is bearish, it's saying sells. Okay. And as you see, remember, it's sellers are the momentum is not really in favor. So the momentum, the small box and the medium box, they were neutral. They weren't trending, and they were showing their strength to the top side. Like, okay, for sure, I think this is gonna continue going bullish. Okay. And then here in a little bit, it'll shift bullish completely. There it goes. Now it's bullish. We already touched that 78% of the last 23 hours right now. I think we're definitely going to continue going up because of this momentum. However, it was 5 minutes before the news was going to come out, and it's just, it's not the best. But again, though, the momentum was bullish, and there it is, guys. Okay. So for the most part, right, we need to pay attention to momentum. The big box, and correct me here, Dan, if I missed something, I need to add more. The big box is just only for us to put our fib on it. That's it. Okay. That's it. That's it.
Exactly. It's our guide. And it also lets us know, how we talk about the ranges. We got the 23% on both directions. And as you can see, the midpoints, they're just kissing the lower one. And so at least we know we've overstretched this bound. We hit our zero line, or our that zone, and it turned around and it's head right back for that other 23%. So
Exactly.
that rubber band effect is what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Hold on one second here.
Yeah, we'll get that bounce and bada bing, bada boom.
Mm-hmm.
To the moon else.
Yeah. So
So
go ahead, Dad. Sorry.
no, this is wrong. I was just curious. I was on the Spanish call this morning, but I couldn't understand what you're saying. But I was just trying to follow based on your teaching. My question is, okay, once that candle, those bearish candle got above the 236, was that when you guys jumped on the buy
Believe it
in
or
the
not, Ron,
Spanish,
we
or
we
were you
we,
on?
we didn't take a buy. But in Spanish, I
Oh,
wasn't. I wanted to buy. My direction was bullish. It's just I couldn't see an entry. Right. I did
okay,
actually. I
okay.
did. I did buy from the bottom. I had a little buy limit there, but it was just just a little pebble in there just to get me in the game. But I could not find that entrance where like get in and this is your. I couldn't find it today. But
Oh, okay.
yeah. So just yeah. So I missed the chunk of it as well. But yeah, great observation, right? Like once price gets below the 23 percentile, it should kind of hover around here and then continue down. If it doesn't do that, right, it'll establish above ourselves here, and then it will go to the top side. If there's enough pips, let's trade it to there. If
And
there's not,
that's where
go for that.
that range trading I keep talking about comes in handy. The 23% line is our entry point no matter which way we go, either a buy or sell.
Correct.
And if it
Correct.
goes
Okay, okay.
against our sell, we bail and we're in the buy.
Correct.
And if
Correct.
it's going the other direction and it keeps going below the 23% line. And that's what I've been noticing. I mean, that's been a huge entry level. And I've been going back testing it quite a bit and found that whenever we hit the bottom edge of that 23% line, like it looks like right now, we'd be looking for that reversal to go back to at least retest the 23% up above to either
Yeah.
continue going down
Yep.
or did it happen that it just blew out the and it's
So
still going.
quick question here, and if nobody answers here, Dan, we'll let you answer. Why is this midpoint line red? Ron, so you've been chiming in. Why is that midpoint line red right there? Do you best recall it?
Because it's below the 52. Bucks.
below no, this is the 52 bucks, excuse me. And
Oh, okay. Well,
this is the 52
it's
bucks,
below the 204.
the midpoint, right, of the 204.
Yeah, the midpoint of the
I think I'm gonna
204.
add that line back, but I'll make it really subtle, right? So it won't see it. I want
Yeah.
to kind of, I think I'm gonna add it back. But yes, that's the reason why it's red. Here's one thing, guys, that I'm noticing. When the 52 line is not fully established below the 23 percentile, right? That's also another indication that is not trending fully yet downwards. Okay. And look, we got the rejection there. We were below the mid, but that line has not crossed to the actual bearish territory. And then this happens. Look at that. You see how price is trying to decide, and it cannot trend. It cannot trend. It cannot trend. And there you go. See, I saw this 5-minute engulfing candlestick in class at 8:20. And I wanted everybody to buy. But again, the indicator that we use, right, the FIBO, it was just like 2 pips away from take profit. And I didn't want to, well, I should have now, right? Everything's 2020 hindsight. I should have told, hey guys, close FIBO, and just trust what I'm gonna say. But again, though, right? When we got that 5-minute ETM candle, look at this guy. I saw the entry right here. I saw it. I just didn't call it, right? Again, protecting people's capital is #1 priority. Okay. 5-minute, I saw that there. But again, though, look, see, that red line never crossed below. Okay, never crossed below, and then it's starting to turn, and now we keep pumping. And we reached that target up there. And this is another thing that was telling me that it was going to flip on us. Remember, the only reason why we got this flip from top to bottom is because of the frame. But the momentum, guys, the small and medium boxes, that's the momentum that we want to use to trade. And it's communicated down here also as well with the what I call this?
Momentum bias.
Momentum at a glance legend. Yes, thank you for that, Dan. Yeah. So see, the 5-minute was neutral because the midlines were equal. Okay. But what is the future of the leading box? Whenever these candlesticks expire, okay, let me draw this here. Okay. Whenever in about 3 more candlesticks, the low is no longer going to be that wick. The low is going to be the next candlestick there. And the moment that happens, that midpoint, the small midpoint gets above the medium midpoint, the box will shift colors. And there it is. You see? So that was telling me, right, that it could have bought. I mean, that the direction was going to be bullish. Entry was a little tricky, as I told you guys, because this thing just, boom, just skyrocketed. But the system is catching that direction. And for the most part, right, the direction that we've been trading, it's almost about 80% accurate, okay, in the direction. Now, entry-wise is a whole different thing. There is more technicals to that, time of day and so forth. But it is very, very accurate when it comes to us getting to those directional views of things. So that was the move for today. The entry definitely for me was at the 4-hour fair value gap area, because it was between the 50, 71, 8% of Wednesday's low to high range. Now let me just see exactly where we're at. All right. We're in between the 15 to 78, excuse me, and the 61, 8% of the entire week, right? Of the entire week. So I think gold is going to stall here for a little bit. Okay, I think gold will stall here for a little bit. Maybe come back and test one of these highs, and then from there kind of close out. So I won't be suggesting a sell, to be honest, because the SMT system is overbought right now, and it can be very unpredictable here. And let me turn on the notes, the range notes. and we have these notes right here, guys. Okay, there it is. Okay, so basically, because we're definitely stretched out, it's over its ranges. Extreme caution, we reached the target 2. Market is overextended. I need to correct that spelling. And too volatile for my liking to really engage. Okay, guys. So just be mindful of that. You know, but yeah. All right, man. Anything else, Dan, that I missed that you want to add? Anybody else have any questions or comments? Feel free to let me know. But it's just a quick review on the week and today's price action. The animal, we're good, man.
Oh yeah, sorry, I muted myself by others. Anyway, but yeah, no, you covered everything. And again, I'm always looking, if you're looking for an entry, I always recommend one of the 23% lines. I'm starting to use that instead as well as the fib. So if you go back to the 8 o'clock time frame,
What time frame?
whatever, just go back to the 8 o'clock time.
Oh, 8 o'clock. Gotcha.
5 minutes, fine.
There it is.
And you've got your previous fibs that were there.
Yeah, so we'll fib in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where's our other fib?
Oh, the daily one or the
weekly.
the
There it is.
Yeah.
So we know that again, the entry, if we fail to close below the 23% line, we're going to either enter at the 382 or the 236. That's what I had to catch that right. At least the 786 or the 23 of the next line. So you can
So
at
you're
least
liking that,
get
Dan.
one.
You're liking that. You're liking if we can really trend from there, you like a buy limit from
Correct.
38%. Okay.
Right. And then our TP1 would be here,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 and 3.
Oh, I like that. Okay. And again, this is good, guys. So now we're talking strategy. Now we're talking strategy. That's strategy. Strategy, right? How can we enter? How can
Especially if
we
you miss that move and you don't see it. And that's what I've been noticing when I've been working, back testing the indicator myself, just to get used to it.
nice. Nice. I like that, Dan. And then this the TP3 will be the actual,
So I'm working on a new 1, 2, 3 strategy.
yeah. So yeah, that's a good idea. I've never thought about it that way. Excellent. Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Excellent. So yeah. I mean, that's the way to do it, guys. If price does this and then the overall structure, or how we analyze those things were the way it is, there it is. Look at that. The moment it touched 20, we had a buy limit at 38%. It's not a
Yep.
buy limit, excuse me, a buy stop
Stop.
at 38%. We never saw drawdown. Never
Exactly.
saw drawdown.
Damn.
We could have been rich, guys. Dan,
Exactly.
you should have told
That's
us this
what
sooner, man.
I mean. That's what, especially when I was thinking about it after a call on Monday night. And that's why I'm glad we were able to bounce off each other for that class, because it's interesting when you are the teacher and I'm kind of sitting back as the student. I go, oh, you know what? Let's check it out. And then vice versa. And it's like but that 23%, I've been noticing that if you go back and even
No, trust me, I've seen it. I've seen it bounce and bounce and bounce to there. I've seen it. I've seen it how it just consolidates around there. It makes a decision around there.
right.
And
But now I
yeah,
got some numbers to deal with,
correct.
some fib lines to actually hold true, and we can use those to be dangerous.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But no, yeah, and again, guys, that's the reason why the system was created, right? Because it keeps the market in frame on the intraday area where we can have different eyes almost seeing the same thing, but at the same time, everybody can kind of like, okay, I like this better, I like this strategy better, and then from there we can kind of grow together. Everything else that I do from top-down analysis, it's pretty, I would say basic once you kind of figure it out. But it's just kind of more of a map, right? But the 5 minute chart is the one that does help us engage more. And you just gave us a good scenario there, Dan, that where that could work. Yep,
Is
yep, yep.
really quick, could you just review that one more time, like very quickly, high level? No, you don't have to go details there. I just want
Yeah,
to make sure I'm understanding. Because that
sounds
was it
good.
seemed pretty cool, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding it. Yeah.
The 5 minute 38% entry that
Yes, that we
okay,
yeah, with that
yeah,
buy stop there,
yep,
just that scenario. Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah, so the on the 5 minute during New York Stock Exchange, right? We kind of want to always take into consideration the 8 o'clock hour Central Time. Okay. And here it is. So here's a scenario that we have. The bigger box is red. So we simply put a fib in that direction. Technically, we do need a fib. We do need a fib. Okay. So we put a fib from top to bottom because the bigger box is red. Okay. If we're looking for buys, regardless of what this system is, right? We want what Dan notices, right? If price cannot push down from that level, he can he can find the 38% line right there. Okay. Like, all right, you know what? If we get back above the 23%, like that, he'll set, a good idea is okay, let's go ahead and just set a buy stop at that 38% with your stop loss at the low of the box. Okay. And then we take profit right there, right at that top 23 percentile line. Okay. Because it's also the 78% of a sell high scenario. The take profit two, same entry. Let's just say you enter twice or just enter once and just took partials there. The take profit two is at the high of the box, right? And then the take profit three will be at very near that first line of the range that it creates. Okay, so that's what you can do right there. And yeah, that's what happened right there. Okay, it's happened right there. Pretty good, Dan. And there goes. Hopefully that answered your question, Jeff.
Yep, that's awesome. Thank you. And one more is really quick. When it establishes above or below a line, is it, kind of like a general rule? Is it like two candles, three candles? Like, I guess when is it quote unquote established, I guess?
Here I would say we would need to on gold. I like where's it at? So the new update. Oh man, Dan, it was right here, Dan. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um, I like the 15-minute candle, Jeff. Okay. The 15-minute candle close. So you guys, so the SMT system, right? Only it's available on the 2 minute time, 5 minute time, and 1 hour. However, on the back end, I have a system that lets you view it across all time frames. You just got to turn it on. So show global window. Turn that on. And there it is. And you also have the 23% lines that will show across all time frames. So this box right here, it's the same big box on the 5 minute time frame. It just doesn't change colors. And you can see it on every time frame. So you always know, where let's go to the 45-minute chart. You always know, where the last 17 hours are at. And you always know where those 23 percentiles are at. That's very powerful information. Okay. So let me rewind back to 8 o'clock right there. But now we're
And
not in the
your proof and verification. Here's the deal. We got a drop base drop right here. We came in and retested the drop base drop right here. You like that?
Mhm.
So we're expecting the sells, right? Now go up one more candlestick. So I'd be looking for the sell right here, except we failed to really make a nice big body here. Give me one more candlestick, G. Boom. Engulfing candlestick here.
Mhm.
There's our morning star pattern. And it reached above, did it reach above the 23% like or am I
Not yet.
drawing?
Now, the next candlestick
It
will.
wicked over there, which
Yeah, the
is
next candlestick will. And that's what I was gonna tell Jeff right here, Dan, that for gold, Jeff, I like 15-minute candlestick closes above these percentiles. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever that happened right there, that could have been okay. You know what? We can use that candlestick. It touched the 23%, right?
and if we had a buy stop right there, it would have
Mhm.
in and taken on and off the races we were gone.
But again, the 15-minute candlestick closed above this 23 percentile.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. I think you were asking how many candlesticks, right? Should we establish above? For me,
Yep.
it's a 15-minute candlestick close, right? So just to kind of train your eye a little bit more, right? If I circle these candlesticks on the 5-minute chart, they'll look like that. Okay, they'll look like that.
And we got a rally base rally right there, right after a BEC rally base rally kind of deal. Got the BEC there,
Mm-hmm.
and off the races it went. It just said, "Bite me, we're done."
Right. No, but yeah, but just to make it as easy as possible, because Dan has already a good advanced eye on these 5-minute candlesticks. The easiest way possible is okay. You know what? Let me just jump on the 15-minute time frame and wait for a 15-minute candle closure. And in this scenario, right, the candlestick did engulf above the bottom 23 percentile. That could have been our entry by itself because it's a 38%. Our stop loss could have been below that engulfing candlestick here,
Mhm.
right? And then from there, we just take it to those levels that we talked about earlier. And everything else, it is what it is. And there he goes,
And it's a day at the beach or two.
guys. 2 weeks at the beach.
2 weeks at the beach. There you
Yeah.
go.
Perfect. Thank you guys. That was
My
very
pleasure.
helpful.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Our pleasure. Absolutely. All right, yeah, we'll wrap it up. So yeah, reach out to
Good,
me.
Dan. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll put this in the recording on the YouTube channel. The YouTube I believe is gmoneytrading-tv, and yeah, if you guys want access to the indicator, you want to join our private community. We have direct support for me through Discord. Also the Wednesday live trading session, access to this Friday, recap in the Sunday study group. Let me know, and you also get the indicator, one-time price, no monthly subscriptions, and so forth. But reach out to me if you're interested. Thank you guys for the support, and we're here moving forward. Thank you, guys.
All right. Ready to rock.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you guys. And it's my pleasure again for and let's keep looking and help each other. If anybody else sees anything like that, definitely feel free to add that insight in.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Dad. We do definitely appreciate your
Hi, T.
input. Yes, ma'am.